Customer service management. 6 brilliant tips for politely calming angry clients down. Clients can get angry or disrespectful for various reasons, some justified, some not. Whether it is a phone discussion or a face to face exchange, a properly handled conversation with an irritated customer is a win win for all sides and a great foundation for future business success. You are in business to serve your customers, so learning how to respond to a tense situation can make the difference between a client who vows never to buy from you again and one who feels happy with the solution and becomes the most loyal evangelist for your company. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, and if you are doing as marvelous as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea, or even better, vodka. Now let's roll. Today we want to talk about a very important element when it comes to managing your client expectations, when it comes to adding value to your client life, because clients are kings and queens, and they are the reasons why you are in business, right? So here are 6 brilliant tips for calming them down politely and effectively. Number 1, let the client vent all the way. It's very important. If you want to assure the client that you're taking his or her anger seriously, don't try to belittle their resentments. Don't try to ignore them. You just, if the client is jumping, is mad, just pay attention, but don't disturb. Just listen. Allow him or her to vent all the way. The thing here is that people, when someone is furious, the thing is they want to be heard. Some people need attention. They want to be heard. Think about little kids, right? So when a kid screams, he or she screams for a reason. There has to be a reason. Sometimes you might say there's no reason, but there's always an underlying reason. So let your client talk. Be patient. So if your goal is to de-escalate the situation, you want to let the client talk, and again, vent all the way. And this strategy has two great benefits. First, you allow the client to feel that he or she is important, and he or she should be important. And number 2, you are actually building yourself up. You are building your emotional. You're trying to spare your own emotions by listening. All right? Number 2, listen carefully and never take it personally. Right? You have to understand, as I said earlier, when a client is really pissed off, when he or she is really angry, he or she wants to vent, all right? But while he or she is venting, don't take things personally. That client is not mad at you personally. That client is not insulting you personally. The client is dissatisfied with this specific situation. So you just want to listen. You want to listen patiently, because by doing that, by being in a situation of passiveness, you can help diffuse the situation, right? Because what you're doing is you're letting the clients know that you are acknowledging, you are recognizing his or her complaint. All right. The thing here is that once the client is done talking, and the best way to show them that you have listened carefully, you want to summarize what you've heard, and you want to further clarify his or her complaint. How do you do that? You ask questions, right? Ask questions. Now, pay attention to your body language, to the tone of your voice, to eye contact, to your movement, to your posture. If this is a face-to-face conversation, if this is a phone conversation, then you also want to pay attention to the tone of your voice, your pitch, right? Another important thing when it comes to face-to-face conversation, please keep your arms uncrossed, right? Now, and again, I've said it earlier. If you're able to put your personal feelings aside, to cast them aside, you'll be able to look at the situation more objectively, right? And a very easy way to do this, according to research, is to empathize, to put yourself in their shoes. to imagine if this were you, how would you react? All right. So for instance, the next time a client comes and the client is dissatisfied with the performance of a product or the quality of the service you provide, remember, it's not you personally, it's the organization. And if you put yourself in the client's shoes, you can see things from their point of view. And this could help diffuse the situation and provide a solution ASAP. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. Sweetie Kiwi show is the world's largest infotainment show, and I'm very happy that you are joining us. A big shout out to all our millions of viewers and listeners throughout the world, specifically in North America. Really appreciate it. If you want us to acknowledge you in one of our shows, please consider subscribing to our channel right now. And if you love the quality of the content, of course, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so we can let you know whenever we drop a new show. Comment below, share your experiences with client service management with the rest of the community. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much. Number 3, remain calm and smile slightly when you respond. Now, let me break this down. The first thing you need to do is that you want to take the client's first name or last name for that matter, depending on where you are. But, in the United States and Canada, at least, first name works. So, before you respond, you want to say, ma'am or sir, can I please have your name if you don't have it already? And try to create this sort of that circle of familiarity, the circle of, I would say, closeness by addressing the clients through his or her first name. It makes a huge difference. For instance, that's okay, Sandra, or Sandra, have I heard you correctly? Or James, have I heard you correctly? Versus, ma'am, have I heard you correctly? Or sir, have I heard you correctly? Right? By using a formal, I would say formal title such as sir or ma'am, you're creating some kind of distance. But by using the first name, you are creating some kind of closeness. All right. Now, so when you are calm, right? The client is not, the client can be rude. It doesn't matter. Don't take things personally. Your job here is to de-escalate hostilities. Your job is to maintain control of yourself. Your job here is to make sure that you don't get into the yelling game, right? This is not about you. This is about a particular product or service, and you need to find a solution. When you respond, always try to smile. I'm not talking about laughing. No. Be smart about the situation and gauge how wide the smile should be, right? But the thing is, you want to have a pleasant allure. You want to have a present posture when you respond. If you're on the phone, try to speak slowly. Try to speak in a mellow voice. Be quiet and try to find a solution. Now, one thing that's very important here is that normally, if you listen carefully, as I said earlier, and you're able to rephrase and summarize the customer's complaint, right then and there, you have the tools, you have the checklist needed to solve the problem, right? Because if the client tells you, I have 3 complaints, and you're able to find a solution to each complaint, and you're getting closer to the solution, right? Now, the thing here is that try not to also overpromise. And try to keep your voice low. All right? Number 4, sympathize and apologize. Now, I've talked earlier about empathy. Empathy and sympathy are distinct, but they are correlated. You want to sympathize with the clients. You want to let the customer know that you understand where he or she is coming from or how he or she feels. The thing here is that by expressing sympathy, you're able to tell the clients that you understand and that you can be in their shoes and that they're not crazy for yelling or crazy for pinpointing specific problems. All right? You want to try to understand what went wrong and how to fix it. All right? You want to apologize. It's very important to say sorry gracefully. Right? Here, it doesn't matter whether the client's complaint is legit or not. What matters is how the client feels. And if you want the client to stay a client, then you want to apologize. And apologizing solve the problems. Again, it depends on how you apologize, but you want to apologize gracefully and genuinely. You want to do it honestly. All right? And this doesn't have to be complicated here. I'm not asking you to sort of like write a whole speech to Oxford University using big words. No, you can say something like, I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry, you're not happy with our product, or I'm sorry our service didn't meet your expectations. Let's see what we can do to make this right. Right? So this can be very short. So you are apologizing in the first sentence, and you're proposing solutions. You're proposing a way forward in the second phrase, in the second sentence. All right? I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're talking today about customer service management, and I'm giving you 6 brilliant tips for politely calming angry clients down. I've already given you 4. Let's move on to number 5. Take some time out. When a client vents, when the client has spent 10, 20, 30 minutes, just talking to you or spewing sometimes unpolite stuff, take some time out. Tell the clients you need a few minutes to think. By doing that, the client is thinking you're taking his or her issue seriously. But the good thing is that now this is a win-win, right? If you take a few minutes out, it's a win-win, because on one end, like I said, the client thinks you are considering them, you take them seriously. And on the other end, that silence, that timeout, help you also calm down. It helps you manage your emotions properly, especially if you have a client that is very restless and you just got a verbal beating. You want to take some time out. The thing is that in general, public speaking experts say that if you hit the mute button in a conversation or in a speech, you're allowing your audience or your interlocutors to reset their emotional levels, to bring them down, right? So this is very important. So if you have a client who is very frustrated and a client who's just dissatisfied with the whole situation, by just taking 1 or 2 minutes of silence, you are giving them an opportunity to calm down, right? So this is number 5. Number 6, find a solution. It's all good to apologize. It's all good to sympathize. It's all good to take some time out. It's very good to listen carefully, to smile when responding. But if you don't find a solution, you're just kicking the problem down the road. It will arise again. It will show up again. So you want to find a solution, because once you identify the complaints, based on your hierarchy, based on your level in the hierarchy, you want to find out whether you can implement the solutions ASAP, or if you have to refer to your superiors, right? So the thing here is find a solution and make sure you communicate the solution to the client, right? So the good thing is you can even ask the clients where he or she thinks could be a fair and realistic solution, because sometimes when you involve clients, they love that. They feel empowered, and they will give you an idea that you probably might not even have thought about. So ask the client directly, what could we do? And that's if you have no clue, right? What could we do to right this wrong? Something like this, right? And propose a solution, or you can even propose a set of solutions and let the client decide, right? So this is all part of the arsenal of tools you can use to politely calm an angry client down. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We are about to wrap up today's show. Please consider subscribing to our channel again. Like, share, and comment below. Give us your experience about client service management, we want to know the brilliant tips that you have for effectively calming angry clients down. Here is the recap of today's show. The 6 brilliant tips for politely calming angry clients down are: let the customer vent all the way, listen carefully and never take it personally, remain calm and smile slightly when you respond, sympathize and apologize, take some time out, and find a solution. Now, here is today's call to action. In every show, we like to give our viewers a call to action, things to do. So next time they have a similar situation, related to the topic treated in the show, they're able to defend themselves. They're able to move confidently. They're able to fix things ASAP. So today's call to action revolves around 2 things. Number 1, take a few minutes on your own after a difficult conversation. So after you resolve the situation and the client is on his or her way, take some time out for yourself. Because the thing here is that even if you handle the situation greatly, this is still a stressful, a challenging experience. So don't let the stress linger in you, right? So do something to sort of appease yourself, to bring your own emotions down, right? Treat yourself to a snack, get some chocolate, get some ice cream, take a short walk, watch some comedy sketch on YouTube, that kind of stuff. Bring yourself down emotionally. I'm talking about bringing your avoid the highs. Another thing you want to do is that you want to take action and follow up, right? Let's say you've promised a solution to the clients. That solution is not implemented right away. It will probably take a few days or months or weeks. Make sure you follow up and take action and let the client know. The idea here is that you want to stick to your promise. You want to keep your promise, and you want to keep that customer a customer for life. And you want to keep that customer the evangelist of your company. All right? I will see you another time. And before then, be a brilliant customer service manager and be marvelous.